Okay, what's going on? Vincent Rappisardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com. Thank you to those who have commented, and subscribed on previous videos. I do appreciate you guys. If you guys can set notifications, that would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully you do that. Remember, we have a sponsor, Manscaped.com. You get 20% off plus free shipping on all products. Use the promo code BBU, as in Big Blue Unbiased, BBU. If you want to support our channel, support our sponsors. That's the best way to do it. I know people have reached out to me. They said, how can I support the channel? How can I do this? I'm like, hey, look, Manscaped.com. If you can support them, if you can use the promo code BBU, you get 20% off plus free shipping on all their products. And they got some good stuff, okay? They got ball trimmers. They have nose hair trimmers. They have regular razors. They have underwear. They have a lot of cool things. So again, you can go on their site, manscaped.com, 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code BBU. So let's get into some Giants football. The draft is tomorrow. Crazy how quickly this whole process has gone. We will be doing a live video tomorrow night. I'm going to say 6 o'clock. I think 6 o'clock. That's what we'll go with. I'll send one final message on YouTube on the community tab, but I'm going to say 6 o'clock. We'll do a live video, and we'll just kind of assess some interesting draft topics, news, notes, and all that stuff before the draft gets going. Maybe we'll do it for an hour or whatever it is. We'll take some questions. It'll be a good time. So hopefully you guys can join. 6 o'clock is the time that that's the time that we'll go with. And we'll do a live video and we'll talk about the draft right before it starts. So there are rumors galore, and this is why I really don't like draft rumors, but I'm just going to update you on all of them, everything that I've heard. I've heard everything from the Giants are going to trade up to inside the top 10 to potentially the 8th pick where the Panthers are picking and take Penei Sewell if he's available. I've heard that they're going to trade back and take Christian Barmore, the defensive lineman from Alabama. I've heard that they're going to trade back to the Chargers spot, and then they're going to get the 13th pick and then a third-round pick. I've heard everything. I've heard just about everything at this point. I think I also heard the Giants are going to trade up to number 1 and take Trevor Lawrence. I mean, everything is on the table. That's why I really don't care too much about trade rumors, but I do want to update you on things that I've seen and that I've heard, and I'm sure you guys have heard and seen them too. They're on Instagram. I don't really use Twitter anymore. I don't have a Twitter account, but I'm sure that they're on Twitter as well. So there are rumors everywhere. There are different insider takes here and there. Who's expected to do what? Most of them really mean nothing. I talked about this in my last video, and I think the video before that, about how the Eagles, I do believe they put this out. I believe that they put out that they were going to trade up into the top 10 and take Jalen Waddle. That was the rumored player. And then a few days later, the Giants say, well, we're going to trade back. Okay, we're going to trade back, and we're going to take whoever. I don't know. I don't even think a player was mentioned, but there were rumors that the Giants were going to trade back. A lot of this is just smoke and mirrors, and I think a lot of it on the part of people who are reporters or insiders. I think it's just guessing what they think a team could do based on their current situation. That's all it is. Nobody truly knows anything. I guess if you just make up or create any type of scenario or circumstance, eventually at some point you're going to be right, or you're going to be pretty close to right. We have no idea what the Giants are going to do. As I've said, they are in a great spot in terms of they can truly do anything. They're not tied to taking a quarterback. They're not tied to, they need a left tackle. They need a wide receiver 1. They need a cornerback 2. They really can do whatever they want. There was another rumor, another report that the Giants love their offensive line situation as it is. Thomas at left tackle, Parrott at right tackle, I guess eventually, depending on what they do with Nate Solder there. And Shane Lemieux at right guard. Who knows? Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't like Shane Lemieux. Or maybe they think Shane Lemieux's not a long-term player. Maybe they think Matt Parrott's not a long-term player. I don't know. Nobody actually knows, okay? And a lot of that will be judged this upcoming season. So we will see what they do at 11. They are in a great spot to trade their pick because there's not a specific position that they just need without question. I think that they could go the direction of the guard position if Rashawn Slater's there. I think that would be a really nice pick. I think that would be a good value pick, and that would be a good just overall value pick in terms of positional and the overall status of the player and the production of the player. you're getting a really good player and you're filling a spot where you could improve. You can definitely improve at the right guard position. If they want to take another wide receiver, they can do that. I've stated this also. That is one position where I just think that they can't recover if Kenny Golladay gets hurt. I think at wide receiver, playmaking in general, the playmaker position, whether that is a really good receiving back like Barkley, a really good receiving tight end, whoever that may be, just saying in general, the playmaker position, wide receiver, if they don't have good playmakers, if Kenny Galladay's hurt and he's not available for a 4-week stretch, they're going to be in real trouble. I do believe that. That's kind of an area where I don't think that they can mess around. Even the numbers with Jones having Barkley and not, at one point it was like 21 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and then like 8 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. And the sample size, you could obviously tell that Jones has been more productive with Barkley than without Barkley. They didn't have a true number 1 receiver last year, and they were an anemic offense. They were not very good. I think they were 31st in total offensive expected points added, EPA. They were not a good offense. So if there's one position where I think they really can't mess around and they have to get another solid player, it doesn't have to be in the first round. They can still take a wide receiver in the second round or the third round, and I think they can still get good value. Because a lot of drafts in recent years, they've been very good at wide receiver. It's been very deep, so you don't have to take a first-round wide receiver. But that's also one area of their team that I just don't think that they can mess around. I think in those top 3 rounds, it would be pretty smart to take another wide receiver, another playmaker, so that if Galladay's not available or if Barkley's not available, whoever it might be, they still have some depth. Because I don't think Daniel Jones is at the point. Maybe he'll never be at the point. Okay, maybe he'll just be kind of a slightly above average player. We will have to see. We need to see more from him. He's still a young player. But right now at this point, he's not going to carry the Giants. He's not going to carry the Giants at all. It's just that's not what he's going to do. He's going to need some help. So if they do have injuries, it's going to be tough for the offense to be productive unless something changes in year 3 dramatically. The safest bet, I think the smartest bet would be to at least take a playmaker in the first 3 rounds. And if they go first round, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, I don't think anybody should have an issue with that. But they're in a great position. They don't have to. There's not a position that they just have to take in the first round. They can really do whatever they want. They can really take the best player available. They can go ahead and they can take a wide receiver. They can wait for a wide receiver and take him in the second round or the third round, and I think that they would still be good. They can take an offensive lineman in the first round, but they don't have to. They could take one in the second or third round, or maybe they don't even need to take one at all if they feel comfortable with Shane Lemieux. They don't have to take a cornerback, too. They have Adoree Jackson. Darnay Holmes is a guy that they expect to be, a strong player for them in the slot. They have a ton of safeties. They're very good at that position as well. And if Jason McCourty is still an option later on, then they can add more depth in that area, at least for this upcoming season. So this is a great position for them to trade back, to take whoever they want, to potentially trade up if they really feel like there is a high-quality player like Penei Sewell who maybe falls a little bit, and they say, wow, we have an opportunity to just move up a few picks, and we can go ahead and take a player who we value at the top of our board. They can do that. There's so much flexibility here with the Giants. It's going to be a very interesting draft. Again, we'll have a live stream at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Hopefully you guys can tune in, pop questions, different notes, things that you see that maybe I didn't see, players that I didn't see that you saw, whatever it is. We're going to talk some football. It'll be a good time. So remember that, and also remember our sponsor, Manscaped.com, 20% off plus free shipping.